Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever it is that you're joining us, and welcome to the second session of the launch. My name is Karen Nakawala. I'm the founder and Chief Executive Officer for Till Sisters Foundation, and I'm also a cervical cancer survivor from Zambia. Today's launch is not only personal to me, but of utmost importance to all the women around the globe. Therefore, I'm pleased and humbled to host this
Recording
event.
in progress.
I wish to warmly welcome you to the official launch of the World Health Organization recommendations on screening and treatment to prevent cervical cancer. We are all aware that cervical cancer strikes women, and a call was made to eliminate cervical cancer as a health problem, and the global launch following this clarion call was held on 17th November of 2020. This was a historic event with survivors and other stakeholders taking part from across the world. To help countries reach elimination, the World Health Organization has established goals for countries to try to reach by 2030. These are 1, to vaccinate 90% of eligible girls, 2, to screen 70% of eligible women with a high-quality screening test, and 3, to treat 90% of those identified with a positive screening test. To assist countries in reaching the 2030 goals, the World Health Organization and International Agency for Research on Cancer have spent 2 years doing an exhaustive review of global evidence in order to prepare these new recommendations for cervical cancer screening. We are launching them today in the wonderful context of this global call for cervical cancer elimination and the need to get screening and cancer prevention to all women around the globe. These updated recommendations are a call to save lives and to create equity as we strive to offer these life-saving services to each and every girl and woman around the globe, and to truly join our energy, our minds, our resolve and resources to eliminate this preventable cancer. But clearly, we cannot make this impact without each and every one of you who have joined us on this call, offering your energy, expertise, and commitment to move forward with the cervical cancer elimination goals. So we thank you for joining in, and we look forward to an informative and engaging time together. And before we go into the program straight, may I remind you that in case you have any question, please feel free to drop it in the chat box and it will be addressed. And so with this, we jump right into the program. After some introductory talks from World Health Organization leaders and the state of the art on where we are at with screening coverage, we will deep dive into 3 sessions to understand better the new guideline and how to implement. A first session is on IARC handbook, and we have 3 short talks. A second session is on the guideline, the key recommendations and the evidence behind those, and a roundtable of experts that will discuss the implementation aspect of these recommendations. We'll round it off. Joining us now is Dr. Nono Simelela. Dr. Simelela from South Africa is World Health Organization's Assistant Director General and Special Advisor to the Director General for Strategic Priorities. She oversees the organization's work on cervical cancer elimination, gender, equity, health rights, and youth. Dr. Simelela has more than 30 years of experience as an obstetrician, academic, advocate, and government official. Dr. Simelela, you're welcome. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Karen, for that warm introduction. Greetings to all the participants, to the family of the cervical cancer community, the HIV community, women's health advocates, and all the people who work tirelessly to contribute to the improvement of women's lives and enhancing their contribution to their families and societies. In line with our mandate as WHO, We have done the work that is required. We have moved from science to policy, and now we have translated this policy into guidance for countries to enable us to move countries from opportunistic screening and treatment services to population-wide screening and treatment, so that we can enhance the ability of countries to move much closer to achieving the targets. It's an important milestone for many of us. Many of us have a vested interest in seeing the end of this work that has taken decades to move. It is our duty as well to make sure that we move and advance with everybody who is interested or who is engaged in the provision of healthcare services for women across the globe. The health system, which means it's us, we have to be a bit more responsive. Our responsibility is not limited to providing normative guidance. The onus is on us as well to step out of our comfort zones, to talk to the women who seek our services, to get a better understanding of the context in which they live their lives. If we do that, we will have a better understanding of how to shape our programs into better, respectful, women-centered services, so that the encounter with the health service leaves the woman feeling enhanced, respected, and better able to deal with the issues that women confront in their lives. There's nothing like single issues lives for women. Women's lives are complicated. People have a lot of challenges, but the determination to survive and to thrive is evident to us. When we did the launch of the strategy, advocates across the world, Karen, we really, really are very, very grateful for the work that you're also doing to bring the spirit, the life of people into the work that we do. So this milestone is very important. We'll put together plans that are country-specific, context-specific, to ensure that this guidance is quickly translated into simple tools that healthcare providers on the front line can use. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We've done a lot of work on HIV, and the intersection between HPV and HIV gives us the opportunity to really push this agenda forward. We've got to get this into the political agenda. And you can only do that if you get women on the ground demanding these services from their governments and ensuring that governments are responsive. I really want to acknowledge the work of the team with all our partners to be able to do this in the middle of such a significant, incredible, mind-boggling pandemic is really something that you all should take a step back and celebrate, and really take the opportunity to use this pandemic to advance the work that we are doing. We need to be bold. We need to push on the self-sampling, and we need to really put the power back into the hands of women and young girls so that they can really take responsible decisions that are enhanced and supported by ourselves, and that they continue to contribute to their communities. So I look forward to the work that is about to start, and I really am excited that finally we have this guidance and that we can now move speedily to implement and really, really continue to provide sustainable and integrated support for women. So thank you very much. Thanks, Karen, for your leadership and your engagement. And thank you to everybody. Keep this wheel moving. It's very important for us to really leave a legacy of a world that really is free of cervical cancer. Thank you very, very much. And all the best to everybody for the conversations that follow. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you very much, Dr. Simelela. It's always inspiring listening to you.